Good morning, everyone. I'm Constable Danny McKinnon, Public Information Officer with the Winnipeg Police Service. Today we have one matter to release on. It's the update in a homicide investigation. And presenting today is Sergeant Wade McDonald from the Homicide Unit, WADEMCDONALD. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending. I'm Sergeant Wade McDonald, Winnipeg Police Homicide Unit. On April 15, 2023, Winnipeg Police Service Homicide Unit began an investigation when an unidentified female partial remains were discovered along the South Point Douglas neighborhood riverbank. Through forensic verification, the deceased has now been identified as June Christine Johnson, who was 40 years old at the time of her death. Her death has been determined to be a homicide. Over the course of the investigation, the homicide unit received many tips regarding the potential identity of the deceased. The homicide unit thanks the public for providing this information and continues to seek public assistance regarding the homicide of June Johnson. Since the discovery of June Johnson on April 15, 2023, homicide investigators and forensic investigators have worked tirelessly to establish an investigative timeline and to identify the person or persons responsible for June's death. In the last month, homicide investigators have confirmed that June Johnson was last seen in February 2023 in the downtown area. June was known to frequent the downtown area, and any details about her whereabouts or people she interacted with between February and April of 2023 are considered helpful to investigators. Please call the Homicide Unit at 204-986-6508 or Crime Stoppers. Before I take some questions, I just have a kind of a statement from the family. They wanted me to say a few words on their behalf. Good morning. Prior to her addiction, June was loving, devoted mom who loved her children deeply. She loved hard, and family was of great importance to her. June had a great sense of humor, was very outgoing, and we are going to cherish our good times and memories with her. Sadly, addiction took over all aspects of her life, and we lost her in this very tragic way. Our family asked for some privacy at this very difficult time. Please, if anyone knows anything, even something small to when you last saw her, please get in touch with homicide detectives. They are working very hard and can use your help. Thank you. I'll take a few questions. I'm not going to get into that at this point. No. Per the family, no. So on April 17th of this year, or about a month ago, we had the press conference seeking her identity. I actually walked upstairs, sat on my desk. First phone call was information regarding June. The next several phone calls was information regarding June. Over the next day and a half, with the assistance of forensic investigators, we were able to most likely confirm the identity of June, and the focus since then has been on the homicide of June Johnson. Yes, there were other forensic evidence. We had a second post-mortem where we were able to confirm medically through some medical records her identity, but we had to wait for forensic identification for positive identification. Yes, absolutely. The description did help, like I said, the first number of phone calls said the possibility of June Johnson. Our focus then became on June Johnson for the last 30 days.
Have you managed to get anything about your movements over his plans to ship to voters, places,
Yes, we know she accessed several of the community organizations within downtown. Over the last month, Winnipeg Police Service members, I can advise that over 60 members of the Winnipeg Police Service have worked on this investigations. Over 11 terabytes of video has been collected by homicide investigators. Hundreds of hours of video surveillance has been reviewed by investigators. Numerous interviews has been conducted by homicide investigators, as well as hundreds and hundreds of hours has been dedicated to the homicide of June Johnson.
is it believed or do you know one person
At this point, the reason and the focus of this media briefing is to obviously establish an investigative timeline, as well as an investigative theory on what happened to June. That's why we're seeking public's assistance in any detail. No detail is too small.
When you think recently, partial remains were found, was that due to decomposition or was she just
Dismembered. No.
so partial as in previously partial additional
I'm not going to comment on that.
do you know the cause of death has been established?
I'm going to say, due to the sensitive nature, I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not going to comment.
She was last seen downtown. Any more specific information about her location, potentially?
So we know that June has accessed and used several of the community organizations within downtown: Shalom Mission, Salvation Army, Main Street Project. We know that she frequented and used those resources.
Do you know, again, in terms of the timeline, so she was found April 15th. How many days before that do you know when she was
No. Well, what I can say on that is that's kind of why we're here today, to establish that investigative timeline. We have confirmation confirmed in early February of 2023 when she was last seen.
Are you thinking about specific dates or was it short?
I'm going to leave it at early February 2023. Well, we've released 2 images of June. The one with her in the pink sweater is the most recent photo. It was taken in late October, early November of 2022. And the one on the right of her wearing the black outfit was taken from what we believe prior to 2019. So we would like the public, if they have any information on who her friends were, where she went during the evening hours, who she associated with, no small detail will be is no small detail is not important or important in this investigation.
Is there anything to suggest that this homicide is investigation?
Like I said earlier, we're treating this one as a standalone event and a standalone investigation.
Can you tell us what you actually said about the sweater? Like, was it too early?
Yeah, I don't know. I can have one of my investigators look into that, and we can get back to you on that.
You spoke to that,
Yes.
and you read the statement, but, you know, for them to see that information, believe that those are that initial reviews, and let's go through that process. To where they are now. I guess, how hard is this going for them? What are they going through?
Yeah, what I can say is that my investigators have been in contact with the family since April 17th, constant communication with the family. Uh, my investigators describe them as a kind, considerate family, and are just looking for justice and the truth be told in regards to June. I can't imagine what that family is, and I think it's unfair for myself to comment on what they may be feeling. I'm not going to comment on that. That the public can access? Well, I can say within the first 2 weeks of the investigation, members of the homicide unit canvassed that area day and night. Like I said earlier, we obtained over 11 terabytes of video surveillance in that area. Well, it's a lot of video. You know, I'm very, very thankful for the investigators we have in the homicide unit who've been working day and night reviewing the video. Like I said, at this point in 1 month, we've had over 60 members of the Winnipeg Police Service dedicated to this investigation. Hundreds of hours of video surveillance has been reviewed by investigators. So it's tedious work, but it has to be done.
There's only a couple of weeks that were in less than that after Johnson Jr. found that the daughter was not done. Does she have similar trauma?
They're not related in any form.
You know, around some of these cases and discoveries, and sort of escalate concern within the community. Obviously, there is an issue when it comes to safety within the community. We give a message to the public, I guess, if to secure your safety, should people be concerned?
Well, I think the Winnipeg Police Service does a pretty good job in reminding citizens to, always be aware and mindful of their surroundings. Uh, you know, let people know where they are, if possible, and keep in contact with friends and family. Thank you very much.